Two girls accepted an invitation from an unknown billionaire to attend a party on his private island. However, things don't turn out the way they imagined, as they realize that everything is wrong on this island. Memory loss, unknown injuries, and so on. But what they discover in the end will traumatize them for life.
She really won't remember any of this.
The film begins with Frida, a broke young woman, sitting on her toilet and scrolling through her social media. She comes across an interview of a billionaire mogul named Slater King, who apologizes for his past behaviors and admits to getting therapy by going off the grid and somewhere peaceful. Slater piques Frida's interest, so she Googles him, during which her friend Jess interrupts her potty session to remind her of buying something. But Frida has planned to use the money elsewhere to surprise her. It turns out that the girls work together as waitresses in an event organizing company, where Frida is approached by her manager, who strictly tells her to stick to her job and not mingle with the guests, especially Slater from last time, revealing that the current event they're organizing is for Slater's company. Cut to the event, Frida spills champagne on a guest as she gets enchanted by the sight of Slater. She later joins Jess in the elevator and reveals her surprise, which are two beautiful dresses, which they wear to blend in with the guests. The two embarrass themselves by the way they walk with heels on, but eventually Frida starts walking blindly towards Slater, but instead bumps into a waiter and hits the ground. Lucky for her, she gets Slater's instant attention, who immediately gives Frida his helping hand. Frida finds herself the luckiest girl in the event when Slater keeps her company and introduces her to his circle. Slater even introduces her to his therapist, Dr. Rich, who acts weird seeing Frida, but she keeps it funny by telling the therapist,
"Please, wise, I'm in danger."
Swooned by Slater's charm, Frida spends the entire event among his group and has fun. However, the fun for Frida doesn't stop there when Slater invites her to his private island to continue whatever's going on between the two.
You got to tell him no.
Hence, she accepts the invitation and brings Jess along to Slater's private jet, which takes them to the island. Before entering their vacation bungalow, Stacy collects everyone's phones to put away during the trip, and Vic takes everyone's picture in front of the entrance. The scenes cut straight to Slater showing Frida her room. Once he leaves, Frida goes to the bathroom and finds a dirty lip gloss with a hair strand stuck in it and a perfume bottle, which she sprays on her neck. When she comes out, she finds a dress on her bed and a housemaid in her room, who startles her. Due to the language barrier, the maid is only able to repeat the word red rabbit, which creeps Frida out. She unites with Jess and joins the others by the pool, where everyone keeps taking Jess's lighter to light up their joints. Frida can't help but gaze at Slater, puffing his vape. Her moment is ruined when a girl named Sarah climbs a coconut tree to grab one and cut it to drink its water along with Slater. Frida gets jealous and almost chokes on a berry from her martini. Slater immediately comes to see if she's doing fine, and later takes a walk with her, where she laughs about how his trip seems nothing like the media exaggerates his parties to be. Slater has an evil yet mysterious smirk on his face, which Frida doesn't detect. During the walk, Frida spots the maid killing an anaconda and putting it in a sack. Slater explains that the anacondas are a huge problem on the island, due to which he gets them killed when they enter his land. During their long conversations, it's revealed that Slater's on therapy because he can't remember a certain portion of his childhood due to trauma. The following night, everyone gathers on the dinner table, where Frida gets her white clothes stained, but Slater assures it will be taken care of. Vic can't stop asking Frida what she does for a living, so Slater switches the subject by asking Vic to tell everyone how he lost his pinky finger, which finally shuts him up. After dinner, Vic introduces everyone to a mystery drug in the form of droplets, which Frida volunteers to take first. High on that drug, all Frida and the girls remember is having fun all night. Before going to bed, Frida notices her shirt stain gone. The next morning, Heather, the one who always stays high, asks Vic about his missing finger, but he doesn't respond. Heather keeps borrowing Jess's lighter, which makes her write her name on it. In a time lapse, Frida ends up having a lot of fun with everyone on the island. One night, Slater sits with her at night and compliments her nail art. He leaves early with the excuse of waking up early for therapy. He leaves his vape behind, holding which Frida notices dirt under her nails and has no clue where she got it from. The next day, she goes to return the vape to Slater and comes across Dr. Rich on his way out, who becomes silently scared when Frida says she remembers him. Stacy hands Rich a gift bag before leaving, which Frida takes notice of. Outside, Slater's chef buddy, Cody, makes a fuss about his knife gone missing, but the girls swear they've not seen it. At night, Jess once again asks everyone to give her lighter back before they put on a song and have fun. Not long after, Jess gets bitten by an anaconda and screams loud enough for everyone to come. Slater uses his beer bottle to kill the anaconda on the spot. When Frida shows concerns, Slater assures her that Jess will be fine, despite the anaconda being poisonous. Jess singles herself out and tells Frida to leave immediately since she's finding the place to be very weird, especially after not remembering days and dates.
I'm scared, Frida.
I think you just need some sleep.
There's something wrong with this place.
Frida begs her not to be negative and ruin her moment with Slater after making it this far, so Jess becomes happy for Frida and decides to stay. However, the next morning, Jess vanishes from the face of the island. But Frida doesn't remember her until she snoops around and finds the Asian maid extracting anaconda poison in a hut, where the shelves are full of gift bags. She makes Frida drink some anaconda poison without telling what it is. When she constantly repeats the phrase, "Red Rabbit," Frida walks out and bumps into Cody, whose chicken got loose. During lunch, Frida notices everything off with the friends. Lucas, the youngest one, has a bruised eye, and Heather has cut her hair from the front without remembering it. Frida remembers Jess when she sees Heather using her lighter during the spa session. She asks them about Jess's whereabouts, but none of them seem to remember her.
Jess.
Who's Jess?
Frida goes crazy thinking she can't have imagined an entire best friend.
Where's Jess?
Huh? What, huh?
My friend. That was in the room next to mine.
She even goes to her room, which has now been turned into a storage room. Before she completely loses it, Sarah shows up to her with Jess's lighter that has her name spelled on it. She shows Frida a mysterious bruise on her forearm, which she can't remember how she got it. The two sit together and figure out something pure evil has been happening around them that they can't figure out and connect Jess's disappearance with it. Frida is intelligent enough to recall Slater, claiming that forgetting is a gift. So she takes Sarah to the room with gift bags and finds out perfumes in each bag, realizing that the perfumes are causing them to forget things. Frida then realizes the anaconda poison helped her remember Jess, so she makes Sarah drink it, but it doesn't affect her immediately. Frida decides to alert the FBI on this matter, but Sarah makes good points on how their case isn't solidified on many bases, which can instead declare Sarah and Frida as the crazy ones. They bring the poison to the other girls by the pool and make them drink it along with Stacy, while Frida goes to Slater's room to get their cell phones back. She asks Sarah to signal her once the boys arrive. Soon, Sarah's nose bleeds, and she becomes horrified upon remembering everything. She goes to stop Heather and Camilla from taking the poison shots, but Cody tries to surprise her from behind, which results in Sarah breaking his nose with her elbow upon being startled. She pretends she's not scared and apologizes for breaking the nose. Slater also shows up, so Sarah yells the code word again and again for Frida to hear, but she doesn't and continues to break the giant padlock on the cupboard. When she breaks it, she discovers her phones, but with no cellular service, and a box full of old pictures taken by Vic. She drops the box when she hears the code word and quickly tries to put the pictures back in the box in a rush. When she hears Slater's footsteps, she puts the rest of the pictures inside her dress and hides behind his desk, where her nose bleeds, and she remembers how they were tied down and pinned to the ground when the men wringed Jess's neck and killed her for remembering everything after the snake bite. She escapes from behind the desk with her world now turned upside down and joins Sarah to share how the two feel after knowing the truth. They pretend to be cool and decide to play along with the boys by being happy. At dinner, Sarah almost breaks her character by talking about how women should be mandatorily taught self-defense to protect them from the dangers around them.
And you need to fight for your fucking life.
So Frida distracts everyone by dancing on the table. Tom puts on music, and everyone starts dancing, during which Sarah hides a corkscrew in a flower pot. Later that night, Camilla gets her memory back, so she kills the man who had done wrong to her, but Slater subdues her in the end. Heather also recalls everything, so she goes after Vic, while Sarah attacks Cody with the corkscrew and fights him. Heather bashes Vic's face with a ceramic slab, but gets shot by Slater's worker. When Slater subdues Camilla, he watches Frida run away, so he sends his worker after her. Frida runs into the woods to hide, but he finds her and aims his gun at her. Luckily, Sarah ambushes him from behind and bashes his head with a stone. In the meantime, the boys retreat, now severely injured and panicking. They tie Camilla up, but Slater wrings her neck with his food and kills her. Back in the woods, the girls take the worker's gun and separate. Frida ends up finding her picture with red rabbit nails, a picture that was taken on the same island, confirming she's been Slater's victim before. Subsequently, Stacy shows up and attacks Frida for making her remember everything that she never wanted. Frida ends up jabbing a knife in her heart in self-defense, while Cody is sent to round up the girls, but instead is shot dead by Sarah. Now, Frida joins Sarah to deliver her the latest revelation about the picture, and goes outside Slater's room to make their next move. She acts innocent and cries to open the door. When Lucas takes the bait and opens it, Sarah shoots him from a distance, but Slater grabs Frida and brings her in. Frida attacks him with a table showpiece, but Slater uses his power to subdue her, during which Frida remembers her previous trip to the island and how she bit Vic's pinky off during a forceful subduing. Slater takes his time to insult Frida for not remembering anything and justifies what he's doing as morally correct. But in the middle of it all, he runs outside to catch Sarah, who's on the loose. He finds her in the pool and brings her back by her hair. But in the meantime, Frida has already untied herself, using a shard of glass, and replaced his vape flavor with the perfume that makes him forget what's going on. He bumps his head and knocks himself out. The place catches fire on its own, which the girls escalate and bring the unconscious Slater outside for their next plan. The film ends with Frida taking over Slater by constantly slipping perfume in his vape, ultimately wiping out his memory and becoming his wife, attending his recent gala.